When the Congress refuses to challenge a convicted felon who claims the presidency in violation of the 14th Amendment, one must look to the Supreme Court decision known as Powell v. McCormick. In the Powell case, the 1969 Supreme Court explored the parameters of disqualifying a member of Congress and concluded that Congress had conflated the remedy of expulsion with that of exclusion. The Congress is authorized by the Constitution to expel a member for wrongdoing, but only after meeting a threshold of 2/3 voting members. An exclusion of a member, however, can occur by a majority vote only upon a finding he does not meet the standing qualifications prescribed in the Constitution. Unlike expulsion, where the member can be forcefully removed from the chambers, exclusion simply means the member's vote is no longer counted. Unlike expulsion, disqualification always leaves a door open for the excluded member to return to voting eligibility. Those disqualified due to not meeting age or length of time as a citizen restriction might regain their voting rights with the passage of time. Similarly, a member could be requalified if she moved back into her state. And a member disqualified for being associated with insurrection can always try to persuade 2/3 of the qualified members to readmit him. But as long as the member meets the requirement for disqualification, his arguments can be ignored. His presence is no longer considered in determining a quorum. He can continue occupying his office and receiving his pay until he requalifies, or until his home state decides to send a replacement to regain a voice in the legislature. It is a long-standing rule that those members with questionable qualifications are not permitted to vote on that issue. The Powell Court explained that so long as Congress disqualified a member without the involvement of employees, such as the clerk, sergeant-at-arms, or the doorkeeper, their decision is not reviewable by any court. Those prescribed qualifications are age, residence, length of citizenship, and non-association with an insurrection or rebellion. Any exclusion from Congress due to a prescribed qualification does not require approval from either the other house, the president, or the judicial branch. Section 5 of the 14th Amendment is simply a mandate that the legislature proceed appropriately, with only qualified members voting. An insurrection, by the way, is a spur-of-the-moment, violent attempt to overthrow the government, such as what happened on January 6. A rebellion is a more long-term endeavor to illegally change the government, such as what Trump is presently attempting. Now that it's clear how the Congress can disenfranchise those members who voted against impeachment without interference from any court, let's consider the history of the 39th Congress. Our country has been in this situation before. Shortly after the assassination of Lincoln, the 39th Congress used their exclusion power against members of Congress to thwart President Johnson's attempt to cater to white ex-Confederates at the expense of freed slaves. I suggest you read Chapter 9 of Tad Stomer's book, Resistance History of the United States. The 14th Amendment considers insurrection to be a cancer on the body politic and demands the surgical removal of every cancerous cell. The 39th Congress bravely and wisely acted to protect our democracy from insurrectionists. They even warned future Congresses. They created the very tool to keep insurrectionists away, the 14th Amendment. Now is the time for the current Congress to meet the same challenge, use the same tool, and reestablish the checks and balances so necessary for the continuation of a true democracy. The legal opinions I have given are supported by the express language of the Constitution and written opinions of the Supreme Court. any challenge to these opinions should be supported in the same way.